Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Row & Co Farms. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be cutting up a whole chicken. So yesterday we butchered 45 chickens that we will be eating over the next year on our homestead. And instead of just keeping all whole chickens, we're going to be taking 25 of those chickens and cutting them up into parts so that we have individual pieces rather than always having just a whole chicken. So you guys are going to be coming along with me today while we do that, and I'm going to show you how you cut up a whole chicken. It's cheaper also if you don't have access to, farm-raised chicken. That's okay. You can always still buy your whole chickens from the store and cut them into pieces, and this is always a cheaper option than buying those pieces in the packages already. So save yourself a little money, buy the whole chicken, and just part it out. And I'm going to show you how we do that today. All you're going to need is a nice fillet knife, nice and sharp, so that we'll be able to make all the cuts we need. And that's it. So let's get started. Hey guys, let's cut up our whole chicken. So we're going to start with our wings first. So right here are our wings. We're going to be coming into the armpit of our bird. We're going to be making just small incision to start, just to cut the skin away from the rest of the bird, so we can see the kind of tissues underneath. So right in here, this is your drumstick. So if you can imagine, you're going to want that little drumstick head right here, then this is your flap, and then this is the part that we're going to cut off. So we want to just get in there and get that nice little head of that drumstick. We're going to kind of use the weight of the bird to help us find our cuts here. Then what I like to do is just kind of pop it back. There we go. And find the joint in here, and we're just going to cut right in between. Should never be cutting through any bones, only through joints in between bones. If you feel resistance, you've reached a bone, you need to just kind of back out and go around. There's usually a spot really close by where there is no bone. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to take our wing and we're going to then divide that in half. So this skin flap that's right in here in the middle, we're going to kind of cut straight down there, just like this. Okay. And then I just pop that back, expose that joint, and we're going to cut right in between those two joints where it's nice and soft. Again, no bones. There's our drum. There's our flap. Now if we wanted to remove this back piece, you can do that. Same thing, we're going to cut right here in between. Going to pop that joint back. We're going to cut it in between there. Almost. There we go. So there's our flap. This is going to go in with my chicken stock with our carcass when we're finished. So set that to the side. Let's do the same thing on the other side with our other wing. In here and pop that back. There we go. And we're just going to cut in between those joints. All right. Again, break that joint back and cut right in between. having trouble with this one for some reason. There we go. There we go. All right. So next up, we're going to be taking off the legs. So we're going to flip this guy over onto its back, and we're going to kind of pull the legs a little bit, and you're going to expose where that skin is, right in between the breast and the leg. We're going to take our knife and we're just going to cut through the skin. We're not going to cut through the meat yet, just the skin. And you'll notice that this just starts to fall away very easily. Very easily. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just expose that little skin there. Just like that. Okay. So now I want to take my bird and I want to pop these two joints. See how that bone just popped through right there? That's what we want. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. There it is. Pop that bone through. And now this is going to serve, that bone serves as our guide. So right down here we have a line in between the breast and the leg. So we're going to cut right behind that and behind this bone. And there is our leg quarter. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Just following along right behind that bone. And there's your second one. There are our leg quarters. Now you could continue from here if you wanted to separate your thighs, because this is your thigh here and this is your drumstick. You could further separate those pieces here. So if you wanted to do that, you want to flip it over on its back, and you're going to look at your fat lines in here, and you can kind of see there's a fat line right here that exposes the drumstick. So we're going to cut on the drumstick side of that fat line. That should get us right in between those joints there. Okay. There's your drum. And there is your thigh. Beautiful. So you can leave them like this as a leg quarter, or you can separate them out like that. All right, last up, we're going to take off our breasts. So let's lay our bird down on its side. And again, we're going to see this nice line of fat. This is our cutting line, okay? This is a blueprint for us. So this is our breast here. So we're going to start cutting just to the inside of that line and just kind of make a long little stroke there. And we're going to continue to make just long strokes as we separate that breast from the bone that's just beneath it. So that bone's going to be our guide for making those cuts. And we're just using, again, small but more long strokes rather than like chopping or, you know, sawing motion. We're not going to do a sawing motion. We just want to gently. There we go. Whoops, I've pulled half of the, that's okay. We'll pull the skin off this time. All right, there we go. We've got our chicken breast there. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Flip it over. We're going to find that nice little fat line right here. And we're going to start making those long cuts along that fat line. Exposing our meat there. There we go. Like that. All right. And there is our second breast. So here are our pieces. What's left here is just our backbone and our carcass and our bones. We're gonna use this for chicken stock and for making soup. We've got our 2 chicken breasts. We've got our leg quarter, or our drum and our thigh, whichever way you prefer. And then you've got your wings, your 2 drums and your 2 flaps. I'm gonna be separating these into just different bags so that when I get ready and I wanna use these, I can just pull out what I need. I like to do bags with 2 in each. So I hope this helped you guys out and helped you learn how to cut up a whole chicken so that you can utilize that whole chicken better. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you guys next time here at Row & Co Farms.